Okay. Okay. All right, bit of a change. I don't even know what's going on. No, no, no. I'm not on. I don't know. Maybe they didn't get. Maybe they didn't get the tape that I sent them. Maybe there's somebody new. Who knows what it is? Maybe I'm off the F forever. How are you? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can oh no, you can't hear me. Can you hear me? Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? Can any Hi, Lewis. Hello, Alan. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? You cannot hear me. You cannot see me. I don't know what is the matter with this whole thing. The whole world is a mess. It's all gone bad. Audio ain't right. Okay, why isn't the audio right? The audio ain't right. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Thank you, Claire. Can anybody else hear me? Besides one person. The audio is a bit weird. Why is the audio? Oh, okay, maybe it's a bit weird. Okay, let's try this. Can you hear me? Hello, beautiful. Hello, Jedster. How are you? Hello, Leanne. This is another. Every single show is one of these problems. Every single show. Live. Okay, it's a bit tinny. Why is it tinny? Let's see. Let's change the. Let's change this. Let's change this. Is the sound okay? Okay, can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm talking to you, Alan, Claire, Seller. I'm talking to you, Leanne. Hello, Leanne. Hello, Jedster. Can you hear me? Audio a bit delayy. Okay, could be, could be. Hold on a second. Could be. Why would it be delayy? Is the audio delayy? The auxiliary microphone says it. Oh my God, I don't need this. I can't deal with this. I'm not meant to deal with this. I'm not meant to deal with this. It is delay. That's what comes. I see you and hear you, Lewis. Thank you, Claire. Does everybody else see me? See me and okay. Hello, can you hear me? Can you see me? You sound like you're streaming from the bathroom. Okay. All right. Now we've got to stop. We've got to stop and think about what we do next. I don't want this to be another problem like yesterday. Already it's a problem. We sent the tape in to Resonance and they haven't aired it. No stress. We can deal with it. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you. I mean, I don't want to have tinniness. Why should it have any tinniness? It says the auxiliary microphone is working, which I don't know why it would be working. Okay. Can you hear me now? Leanne, can you hear me? Claire, can you hear me? Is it tinny? I know. Is it tinny right now? I'm actually talking. Is it tinny? Is it tinny? It's not tinny. Is it off? Is it tinny? No, you cannot hear me. Can you hear me? 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 You obviously cannot hear me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you hear me? Desktop audio. Okay, can you hear me? Yes, but it's tinny. Okay, yes, but it's tinny. Can you hear me now? Is it still tinny? We can hear you. That's better. Is that better? Is that better? All right. I don't want it to be tinny. I want it to be so we can hear each other. We got 2 hours. I've got 2 hours to do this and hear you a bit. Okay, that's not right. I'm gonna go in the. I'm gonna just stare at this thing. I'm gonna stare right here and figure out how to change this thing. This thing is. I mean, it's maybe it's me. It shouldn't be this way. I'm on studio mode. Now I'm on full screen. The auxiliary mic is going on. Why would the auxiliary mic be going on? Can you hear me now? We can see you. We can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? The only important thing is ladies can't see your knee. No, they want, that's the only good part about me. Can you hear me? Okay, that's not the most important thing, Chester. Anyway, well, welcome. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer's live stream. Welcome to this. I'm really upset now because I got into a huge fight with Paul, and maybe they don't like what we're saying on the show. Maybe the show's too political for them. Maybe it's too political. We're in a state of war. We're at war. We have to just admit we're at war. People are hating each other. I know I'm hating. I'm hating myself here that I can't get this thing to run. It sounds better now, but I can't see the knee. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, Leanne. It, it is important to me. I'm going to stop touching my face. Number one, I didn't shave today. I don't know if I shaved yesterday. 5 by 5 now. What does that mean, Celaire? The girl from Mars is, I assume, is sending me hugs, unless you're sending other people hugs. I can't tell, but if it, I guess it's sending me hugs, which is something that I appreciate. But today, I had Paul come in and we recorded. We recorded the show. This is how yesterday's show started. Yesterday's show, it started the same way. It started where, in a bad way, with an argument. I had an argument with Paul because he doesn't even know that he's left wing. I don't even remember what it was. I just said I like Donald Trump. I like Donald Trump. I'm sorry, and I'm actually quite concerned that he might be, he might be dying. He might have had a stroke. It reminds me of my friend when Patrice O'Neill had a stroke, and I didn't know anything about diabetes back then. I knew it's tinny, but it's better than not hearing you at all. I don't care about that. I just want an answer to the question. Thank you very much, Claire. Now I just okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying everything that I'm saying. Sorry for saying that. I'm looking at the screen now. I'm thinking, why, why is the sound tinny? Why? I'm gonna get another wire. Just you stay right there. Don't go anywhere. It's chair time. I've got a new wire. I've got a new wire. More volume. There's no volume at all. So there's no volume. There's no volume. Thank you, Rights News Network. Your hair looks great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't feel like it looks great, but thank you for saying that. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Boomer Tech. Yeah, I'm not meant to be doing it anymore. You reach a certain point, you can't do it. I can't do it like yesterday. It was maybe that's what makes this program fun. Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't make it fun this way. But I'd like to hope. I'd like to hope that there's going to be some benefit out of all of this. Where is the microphone? Put the microphone here so you can see the microphone. You can see me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Whoops, whoops, whoops. Sorry. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it tinny or does it sound all right? It's a very Schaefery way to start. Yeah, very Schaefery, very Schaeferian. Schaeferian. I'm going to ask you again. Can you hear me? We can hear you. Is it tinny or is it clear? Is it tinny or is it clear? Can someone answer? Leanne. Can someone answer? Is it tinny? Cellaire. Is it tinny or is it clear? Who am I talking to again? No one is listening to me. Will you please listen to me? I don't have anybody here. Does it sound fine now? That's what Leanne just says. Can someone back this up? Does it sound tinny or does it sound clear? Does it sound tinny or does it sound clear? Tinny. No one's listening to me. No one's listening to me. You cannot listen to this without participating. Good sound, but low volume. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. 5 by 5. Okay, can you go? Okay, so this is the sound that we're gonna have. I'm gonna maybe I'll Google it. I'll Google it right here. I'll Google live stream sound bad. Okay, how about that? Is this called live stream? Streamlabs. Sorry, I don't know why I call it Streamlabs. Streamlabs. We're gonna check this out. So anyway, it's good to see you. We're getting an early start. Streamlabs sound bad. Okay. Mike sounds bad while streaming via Stream. I believe it's a you're not on Resonance. No, not. No, not. I'm not on Resonance. And the whole thing is just I mean it's a premature start because I thought we would start at 5:30, and now we're starting early. The sound isn't good. Okay. Now look at this, Margaret Furbank. Not tinny at all. Good now. Thank you, Margaret. Margaret is. Are you someone new here? So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, people, for joining us. Thank you on a Monday, Lewis. You're not getting all messages. We are answering it. You must not be. I don't know. I don't see it because I'm on top chat, live chat. I put on live chat. Um, I'm getting all the messages. I don't know what. Why these? Are there any other messages? Live chat messages. Let's make a list of things I need to check. Sound messages. Um, it's good. Okay, Girl from Mars. That's really amazing. Can I just tell you something? I appreciate everybody. Got messages today saying I should. Everything's going to be great. Everything's great. I'm always a miserable person. That's what I am. But I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be a miserable person. What does it mean to say you're 5 by 5, Lewis? What does that mean? Is that some sort of young person's thing to say 5 by 5? So what happened is Paul came in and we had an argument because I said I liked Trump and he just got really upset and Trump was dying. Yes, be careful of the blood pressure. Thank you, Leanne. And he got really, really upset. Then he almost left, and that's what Paul does. He like walks out. He walks out, not on resonance. So I'm not on resonance. That's what matters. I'm not on resonance. We got Margaret Furbank here. We've got Alan Williams. We got Claire C. Thank you very much for coming in. We've got people here. Who are the people that are here? Top fans. We've got Dame Claire. We've got Leanne here. Cellaire is a top Jedster. Alan Williams, Girl from Mars. Who is Sharp 77? Keith Bexley is in the room. And Margaret Furbank. Who is Margaret Furbank? You're somebody new to me, which is somebody that I prefer. Anyway, today has been a very bad day. My son actually messaged me. He's up in Scotland. I shouldn't give his details where he is. He's up in Scotland, and he texted me and says that Trump has not had a news conference or an open press call in or 6 days. That's like unprecedented. It's a bit scary. Is it not? Is it not scary? Maybe Trump is dead. Something called it. Yeah. Um, I was really concerned about that. Are you guys concerned about that? You're probably not concerned about it. Donna Aylesbury, hello all. Just seen on MS Media that UK has its hottest ever summer. Who the fuck are they trying to kid? The Met Office also needs to go when the revolution starts. Yes, 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 it's a lie. Totally against climate change. I'm not against it. I'm against any kind of change, but I'm against climate change. But that's a good point. Hottest ever summer. Then they say it depends on when we measure the weather, whether we measure it in the whether we measure the temperature in the morning or in the afternoon, and all these different permutations of bad weather. And the truth is that they want us to be afraid. They want us to be afraid of germs. They want us to be afraid of um, of climate change. They want us to be afraid of the Russians coming. All this different stuff. The Russians aren't invading us. They may decide to nuke us if we keep on messing with them, right? I don't guess that's what I've heard. There's not they will find something for us to worry about. In a way, you could say, Lewis, you're always so worried. You're always look at how thin I am, but not super thin because I gained a kilo because I've been really bad the last 2 days. I was so good and then I got bad. Leanne says it's the statistics they used, Donna. You can make anything happen with statistics depending on the parameters. That's so true. It's statistics, but even that, the truth is like there's the highest level of ice in 20 years in the Arctic. Here's an interesting question. You could always talk to the climate crazies. You could say, how deep is the Arctic sea ice, the ice that's covering the Arctic Ocean? How deep is it? How many miles deep is it? Okay, yes, I'm very concerned about President Trump, says Claire C. I am too. I wasn't concerned when I first heard it. I'm not concerned as much because I think J.D. Vance will be good, I hope. Mostly measures the temperature at airports, Cellaire says. Engines don't add heat at all, to be honest. Yes, and once upon a time when they set up these weather things, the people who collected the weather were were universities, and the universities were all outside of town, and they were in a field, and they didn't have massive buildings. I remember reading this about the University of Arizona, and it was in a field, and fields are much cooler than it is right in the middle of the city. So you are totally, totally right, Celer et Ortex, which means fast and brave. I'm a, I'm not even fast anymore. I've been really naughty recently, Lewis. Don't fret. You still look fabulous. Yeah, I've been so naughty. We can't be no. We're talking about food, Leanne and I. We're talking about food. Yes. Yeah, I've been very naughty. Last night I woke up at night and I had five basically shortbread biscuits. They're called Macine biscuits, but they're like shortbread biscuits. Five of them. And I had 500 grams of Polish sausage. Why? Why did I have that? And the day before, I went and out and had that pizza. So I woke up. So basically, I'm about a kilo or more fatter than I was 2 days ago. Lorna comes in. Thank you, Lorna. Good to see you. Um, Lord, climate change has always happened. I would be more concerned if it didn't. The monitors are ancient. 80% of them are not correct. I've heard that too, because the British designed the system for measuring. It's got to be about 5 feet above the ground. It's in a place that's covered by the shade. It's got air vents, and maybe they're not using those. I don't know. Girl from Mars. Hello, girl from Mars. Which Trump? I've seen four different ones so far. Um, I've my son is a bit worried, so I get a bit worried. I don't even know if he's worried. I can't tell with him if he's on Team Trump. I can't. I'm not. I don't even want to speak for him if he is. If you don't buy shit food, you can't eat it. That's actually true. I'm going to write that down. Don't buy shit. And you know whose advice that is too? Claire says that too. Don't buy shit food. Can't eat it. I mean, unfortunately, I live with my sons, and they have. I didn't even buy it. I not even gonna tell you. I'm so dirty. I'm a dirty, dirty, dirty man. People always say, "Oh, Lewis, you're so dirty." I'm dirty. I pick up if I find a package of food out in the street, I'll eat it. If I find a peach, I mean, not a peach, an apple that's fallen off of a tree and in the road, I'll eat it. I'll give it a rub and I'll eat it. So you are right. Don't buy bad food. What is bad food? It's high carb food. It's processed food. Don't buy it. Lewis, biscuits, Claire, yeah, I'm sorry. They are more of the enemy than pizza, yes. And I had one. I just said I'll have one. They're about 15 grams each. I had one. And then I had another. I had two. And then I had a third. I had three. And then I had a four. I had five, five, five. And now I wake up. Not, I'm gained. I'm sorry, Claire. Please love me in spite of the fact I'm like a girl. I'm like a teenage girl, you know. I love you the way you say dirty, sorry. Yeah, people like that. I'm dirty. I am dirty. I think dirty thoughts about all you people. I'm just so happy you're here. I'm just so pleased. This has turned out really well. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be on resonance. I have not been on resonance. I'll have to call them up tomorrow and say, yeah, you ban. And if they don't want me, they don't want me. If resonance doesn't want me, if they don't want to put me on the show, I don't automatically I think they don't want me. They don't want me. People are worried that we have not found a solution for climate change. We are definitely getting warmer. Yeah, who says that? And the truth is, if we're getting colder, they say it's also climate change. And if we don't have any change, they say the climate used to change and now it's not changing. They're coming up with some way just to make us a panic. We need to stop talking about food. It's having the opposite effect on me. I want to eat now. It's not having the, Claire, what would you say to that? What would you say to what Leanne said, Claire? Is that it, food doesn't make me hungry the way it used to make me hungry. I was eating 24/7. 24/7. I couldn't get a blood test because I couldn't go 12 hours without eating. I could not go 12 hours a day. Talk about like a fasting of a day or 2 days. Okay. I have not eaten today, says Lorna. My grandson was concerned. Well, we got to eat a little bit. We don't even need to eat. We don't even need to eat every day. We don't need to. We don't need to have 3 meals a day and two snacks or 3 snacks. That's set up by the Kellogg Corporation because they're feeding us food that makes us hungry, and they want us to eat to sell us their snacks. It's selling you snacks. Alan Williams. Thank you, Alan. We can't know about sea ice now because Greta Thunberg has clearly had too many carbs and only cares about destroying Israel now. Yeah, she hasn't been telling us about that. How does suddenly we have no climate change problem because it's like AIDS. It's in their budget. It's like how much money is spent on AIDS and AIDS research and AIDS thing in the world. You wouldn't believe how, or maybe in America. I read this. I think it was like 30 billion a year, $30 billion a year. Greta has been threatened with arrest if she returns to Gaza. Yeah, I mean, arrest is the least you can do with her. She doesn't belong there. I don't know if it's the least. Yeah, Kellogg was a bad man, Leanne. Yes, he was. He was a bad man. And the woman that he trained under, what the other woman, was a pervert, she's writing about all sorts of perversions and having Kellogg, who was 12 years old, reading about them. Did you know about that, Leanne? The truth is, here is the truth. What is the truth? Romantis is here. I missed her being right there. She's right there. Is We are still coming out of a mini ice age. They are scaremongering. Yes, I believe that. I believe that they are. They're not even scaremongering. They're doing it deliberately. Scaremongering is maybe it is scaremongering. Do you think it's scaremongering? It's something more complicated than that. It's part of their global plan to keep us afraid. To keep us afraid. That's what it is. Read in an earlier chat that Greta turned back for Barcelona. I'm not sure if true because this is the problem. She was treated so nicely when she went to Gaza the first time by boat, and now she just thinks that this is the way Israel's going to treat them again. I think the Met Office are just another government agency. Um, and even if they're not, that's a good point, Don. I don't think that I think they get a lot of money from the government. So of course they've got to say what the government wants. Donna, yes. I mean, are they just, I don't know. You don't understand how things are working. We didn't understand that MSNBC and CNN or the New York Times were government agency taking US aid money. Okay? What am I most afraid of, Lewis? I'm afraid of not living a life worth living. I don't know. That's a good question. What are you most afraid of? I'm most afraid of them of am I more afraid of Israel, what's going to happen to Israel, or am I afraid of Britain or what's happening to Britain, or am I more afraid of what's happening in America? I don't know. What are you most afraid of, Romantis? Remember, when we ask Lewis Schaffer a question, talking in the third person, we got to figure out what our own position is and state our own position. Okay. Donna comes in and says, as Greta gets older, she looks more and more like somebody with Down syndrome. Well, the case was made. Did you hear about the case that was made about this? She's got fetal alcohol syndrome, and she was fed a vegan diet. She was fed a vegan diet. That's why she looks like she's she's got vegan diagnosis, whatever. Um, yeah, it's interesting. She does look that way. But she's old enough. How old is she? She's 22 right now. She's not a teenager anymore. She's now responsible for her own behavior. You go, girl, Claire. I wish I had that mentality at the moment. Stress eating. FF sake. What did Claire say? When people talk about food, I don't think about eating. It doesn't touch me. I am self-trained and a proud, skinny girl. Yes. And I am more and more like that. And if you're not like that, you just have to know it just takes time. You have to basically they've brainwashed us to think of whole grains and green vegetables. But we've got to brainwash ourselves, Claire. Yes, you got to brainwash it. I mean, of course, you've got to focus against being fat. We're thin, beautiful people, healthy, beautiful. You look at Donald Trump; he was fat. He had type 2 diabetes. I remember seeing pictures of him years ago, 30, 35 years ago, of him and eating at McDonald's, and that was like private pictures from a friend who, not a friend, a girl that I knew. I don't know if she was a friend, but she was a friend of his. They are saying that the sea levels will rise, but they keep developing the coastal areas. It's all bollocks. That's them. I wouldn't believe what they say, but I'm telling you what I'm saying is is where did the water come from? Velikovsky. But the sea levels aren't rising. Is that means there's more and more water on Earth? Is that what they're saying? Where did this water come from? If the sea levels are rising here, does that mean the sea levels are falling somewhere else? All lies, 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 lies. Okay. Could could somebody could somebody could I'm gonna have to post something on Twitter. On Twitter, I guess I did post something on Twitter, saying that our show is starting. Um, I'm just posting something on Twitter right now. Can you just talk amongst yourselves? Lewis Schaffer live stream now. You can honestly say these are probably the most incompetently run programs um, anywhere. Have you seen any program that has as much mess ups as this one? I don't think you do. Romantis says, I'm almost afraid that I won't be as happy as I could have been. Yes, yes, yes. That's similar to me, Romantis. Yeah, we could be so happy. I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to love more and care more as much as I can. I'm trying to be loved and cared for. If you want to love me, you can love me. I'm not going to go, oh, I can't love you, but I'm going, try to be as loving as possible. Leanne says thank you to Claire, which is really nice. If you fill a glass with ice and to the brim with water, what happens? And it melts. Um, it it doesn't overflow. Well, Boy, wait. I forgot what that is. You'll have to explain that to me. Damn, I thought I saw stream time was 7:30, but it looks like it's been a while ago. Yes, I messed up because we weren't put on whatchamacallit, on what's that on on Resonance FM today. So I just thought I better get in there. Um, so I'm just typing this thing. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Oh, what did I just do? Oh God. I'm I we were talking, Romantis and I, about what our lives, what we'd like, what is our biggest problem? What should our lives be? And let's say we died today. What should they be? And that we haven't been as happy. That's a good point. That we should have been happier. Sea levels. We were talking about sea levels. Adam Hudson, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a couple of days. There have also been news stories that say we are running out of water with all these migrants coming in. Of course we are. We're adding 20 million people. Well, of course it is. Of course, we're running out of water. It's another way for them to make us upset, make us scared and afraid. They want us to be afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm, I think what I'm adding to this conversation, I hope, is I'm saying don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of germs. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't be afraid of climate change. I mean, maybe migrants are you afraid. Sea levels rose after Trump was elected. All those liberal tears, says you, Jarrett. That's very funny. Yeah, they were all so upset. Why are they so upset? Because they're on high carb diets and they're insane. Anyway, um, Alan Williams says, I shared it earlier, but only Grok listens to me. Well, I listened to you. I read what you said. I read what you said. That's the right attitude. But if the bad in your life makes you eat more, then it's winning. That's a good point. Don't let the bad make you eat more. Yeah. Be in control. When you are stressed, don't eat. And that you won't be bothered by the bad, you'll be slim. Yeah, we'll all be slim. Lewis Schaffer slim. I'm into fat shaming. If you're fat, let's lose weight. I'm not going to hate you. My father was fat. I love my father. My mother was fat. I love my mother. I was fat. I lost 50, 60 pounds. 50 pounds. You know what that means on a 5 foot 10 inch person? That's like a lot of weight to lose. Okay. The world has the same amount of water as it always has. Just had a thunderstorm. Well, what do you mean by always had? Velikovsky would say that water came about 6, 7, 8,000 years ago to fill up the oceans. It's not. We haven't had water that long. Daz is here. Hey, Daz. Everyone, is it only me who has their volume turned up? Turned up. Maybe I got to press a button here for the volume. Maybe there's something here. Good point. Good point. What is this? Is this the volume? Open performance window. No, that's not it. How about this? Notifications. That's not it. Maybe there's a thing. There's the sound. My sound is up. Can you not hear me? Can everybody volume up? It's up to maximum. Lucy, thank you. Lucy is here. Lucy is here. Lucy is here. Lucy is here. Okay, what do I do for the sound? Any ideas? Are there any tech people here that can offer suggestions without texting me on the screen of what I can do to make it louder? Maybe studio mode. Okay. Can hear you fine, says Romantis. Okay. But Lucy says she can't. I'll speak right into the microphone. I'm not a very happy person. My grandson's the only ones who make me happy. Yeah, well, you're joining me. I'm a miserable person. I can hear you, but that's the question. The volume is low. How can we raise volume? So I'm going to go on my phone. How can I raise volume on Stream Labs? Move your volume slider for your audio source in the mixer to the right. What does that mean? Audio source. Audio source. What does that mean? Audio source overlays. I can't see what that means. This is why I'm a technophobe. Yeah. Okay, let's see what it says to do. Yeah. No, I'm you can't hear me. It's not that you can't hear me, but let's say someone turns on the thing today, when I repost this thing and they can't hear this thing. They can't hear this thing. Okay, so here's what it says from the AI overview from Google. Okay, maybe I'm old school by using Google. To raise the volume in Streamlabs, first move the volume slider for your audio source in the mixer to the right. Okay, first of all, I don't know where the mixer is. I don't know what the audio source is. I don't know to the right. Here is the right. Here is the right. Okay, yes, here's the mixer. Here's the mixer. Okay, it's moved volume slider to the right. To the right. That's this side, right? That's the right. Okay, did that. Select uh, to add a filter. Select gain from the filter list. Where is the filter list? To increase volume to your desired level. Where is the filter list? Does anybody know where the filter list is? Lucy, asked Lewis. Lucy, do you have a giant zit on your right side of your face? You're trying to hide. One of the benefits of going out with an old man is I don't get zits. I don't get zits. Sometimes I cut myself shaving, but it's not. I don't get zits anymore. So the answer is no. But thank you for looking that closely to me. I'm only looking. I have to speak very closely into the microphone. So what else can I do? Maybe the microphone is too high. How about this? No, that's not high. That's too high. I lowered it a couple of inches. I mean, actually, maybe I should look at it this way, like there. Is that a better way? But then this thing is in your face. Is in the face. Chat box. I'm trying to stick my head right here, right on the side. How is that? So I can look at you. I'm looking at you, Lucy. Okay. We need fossil fuels or greenery will die. Yeah, we need fossil fuel. Well, fossil fuel. They're not fossil fuels. They've been around forever. Hydrocarbons. They've been around forever. Hydrocarbons. You don't need. We don't need. It hasn't been caused by dead dinosaurs. Why is the producer always missing when you need him most? Number one, he likes going up to Scotland. Number two, he doesn't like that I'm on the air for 2 or 3 hours a day because he had this place for like 8 months all to himself, so he doesn't like it. That's why he runs away. I hope he's not mad at me. Lorna, comma, says Donna Aylesbury, fossil fuels aren't a thing. Dinosaurs never existed. If you pump oil well dry, it will fill up within 2 years. Oh, that's interesting. So you don't think dinosaurs existed? I think dinosaurs existed. There's references to dinosaurs in all the different cultures, the ancient ones, China, Indonesia, India, uh, Egypt, Mexico, Incans, whatever. But they were called dinosaurs. They were called dragons or something else. Okay. I would sooner have spots than wrinkles. Spots go away and wrinkles get worse. Yeah, spots go away. They go away if you don't touch them. I don't touch my face, but I used to like feel it. Oh, I got a zit here. I used to touch it. And I don't know if you can see it. I got like a couple of, my skin is fairly good, but I remember how old I am, everyone. How old am I? I'm old. I'm old. Lewis, if I can hear you, I'm pretty I'm pretty sure that every effort can just leave it. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what you need to say, Lewis. Why is it that Daz and Lucy both got a big welcomes from you, but I did not? Good question, because I was in a state of panic over the sound thing and I wasn't focusing on you, Russ. So I apologize. I apologize to Russ over here for not giving you the big welcome. How about a big welcome from Lorna to Russ. So you're giving him a big welcome. Wood burners are carbon neutral, as trees don't absorb carbon and only release it when they are burnt. Yeah, yeah. The whole world is carbon neutral. The insanity of this carbon scam is I'm against it. I'm against it. How we doing for viewers? How we doing for viewers? Let me see what we're doing here. I'm very stressed out. I'm very stressed out. I'm going to try to calm down. Can you tell? Am I too stressed out? Are you too stressed out? Oh my God. Um, let's see how we do. We got 27. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's a Monday. It's not the considering the problems that we've had. We're doing very well. I would sooner have spots than wrinkles, says Lauren. Okay. Um, okay. So we're talking about a few different things. Number one, I don't have a zit. I do not have a zit. There's never been a complete skeleton found, even the Natural History Museum and the Big Dippy resin uh, and the Big Dippy resin made bones. Okay, that's a good point. I have read that too. I have read that too. But remember, these things are supposed to be billions of years old. They're only about 6 or 7 thousand years old, and they all died in a wonder when Venus flew by, and switched. The sun switched focuses. We switched suns. We went from Jupiter being our sun, or maybe Saturn, to the sun being our sun, and the place got a lot colder. And that's why they're finding mounds of dead um, elephants or mammoths up in Alaska. Have you heard about that? Anyway, I doubt about the dinosaur days. Also, recently in a pub quiz, question about the moon landing. The majority of the pub called out that the moon landings didn't happen. Yes, they are lying to us. This is what they do. They want to destroy our cultures. They're saying that the Jews are immigrants to Israel. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see what I'm doing? They want to. This is what they do. They lie to you. They say that we didn't land on the moon. Here's a question for you. How about this? Here's a question. Ruben is here. Good to see you, Ruben. The question is, what is the question? The question is, how many how many moon landings were there on the moon? How many moon landings on the moon were there? I'm going to wait for your answer. How many moon landings were there? Where the actual people got out and landed on the moon? Daz comes in and says, life's so much better when using tons of energy, though. It is. It's called life. We're able to live. We're able to live with this. I, I want to do something with this chat box. I'm going to figure out how to do something with the chat box. How about putting that right there? How about that? Okay, is that better? I think that's a bit better. How many? Oh, there, Lorna. I don't know what she's talking about, but she's always so dirty and lovely. Um, Greta is a Soros-funded brat. Probably he's funding everything, Soros. Not everything. I don't know, but he's giving the impression that he is. I met him once. I think I met him once. Yeah. Dinosaurs never washed themselves. That's why they went extinct. That's a joke. Americans didn't land on the moon. Is Russian propaganda. It's globalist propaganda too, because you don't want to admit the Europeans don't want to admit that they lost World War II. That's what it is. They're very jealous of the Americans. God bless America. That's interesting. It could be Russian propaganda. Yeah. Oh, you're making a joke. Not all alleged dinosaurs are amalgamation of different animal bones, mammoth, lions, Komodo dragons. Yeah, it could. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to say that that's not true. I'm not going to say that that's not true, but I am going to say that the Earth's gravity used to be much lower. There was more water maybe back in the day, so these animals can float, or maybe there was less water. Who knows what the story is? So you could have really big You could have really big animals. No moon landings, in my view. They struggle to get rockets to go now. The pub quiz question: how many golf balls were there on the moon? Three. I'm going to guess three. Three golf balls. I don't know how many. Tom Hanks couldn't make it. Remember that movie? Lorna. Remember the movie Mirage? Remember that? Was it? No, that was another movie. The movie Marooned from the 1960s about a trip to the moon, and they didn't have enough oxygen, so one guy killed himself, committed whatever that is. Anyway, if you find something in the Jurassic Coast, then yes, that's for real. But the rest is all BS, I'm afraid. Some of it might be. I read about that guy. What are the Piltdown man? Some English guy decides to lie. Looks like we finally found the conspiracy theory that Lewis doesn't believe. What, that there are no dinosaurs? Well, you remember, remember, any lie they call it any lie. No, I'm trying to figure this out. There are lots of lies out there. They're lying. They're lying. Thank you, Jedster. Good to see you, Jedster. I haven't said hello to Jedster. Maltese Phyllis here. He's number one in the chat here. There was a film Capricorn 1 that started all the moon landing conspiracy theories. I doubt it started it. I doubt it started it. Okay, here's the answer to the question. Do you know the answer to the question? How many flights went to the moon and landed on the moon? Landed on the moon. Six. Six. Let's see what I'm holding up. Six. What's going on? Six. Six flights. Why would you lie six times? If anything, you got to give the Americans credit for landing six times to promote this supposed lie. I don't believe it. I would prefer if you mentioned it and sucked it. Sucked it. What are we talking about? Lorna, talking to Lorna there. Humans can do amazing things if they're allowed to be pioneering and brave. Yes, Celair and Audex. It's not that difficult to land on the moon, actually, but it's damn dangerous with 1960s tech. Or maybe less dangerous. I was watching a YouTube video about a guy who does the sound at the rock concerts. He's got a huge board, and it's all not audio. It's all what do they call that? Where it's not tech. It's valves and stuff like that. And because they just break and they're easy to fix. Not valves. I forgot what they're called. I forgot what is it called when you. So the number is six. Six times. Yeah, that's basically true. No one was interested. Did you see that? Did you see that? And they just, someone lands on the moon and no one cares. It's like no one cares. I love you all. Can I just tell you that I love you all? I love Kerry Mack is here. We're up to 30 views. That's so nice. Claire is here. Good. Lorna, you are so dirty. Yes, I guess the dirty English girls. They're just dirty. I'm pretty dirty too. Plan to make a series of hardcore porn, Claire. You know what? If you let me film them, I'd film them. I'd film them. I think yes. Donna comes in. Stanley Kubrick made a film and directed the fake moon landings. Um, I don't think they would have trusted him to do it. The schedules. Maybe they changed the schedules. I don't know. I just got a message from Paul Yu. We did our show. He was like so mad at me. He's gotten mad at me like a few times, like just absolutely like I'm his girlfriend mad. I gotta remind myself, calm down, Lewis. Everything's gonna be fine. Europe lost World War II is also Russian propaganda and neo-Nazi PR. No, no, the Nazis lost. Maybe the Nazis didn't lose. The Europeans lost the war. The Americans won the war. And a case could be made that maybe even Russians won the war. If anyone thinks the moon landings were real, better get your seventh booster. Yeah, so you don't believe that. Well, I do believe the moon landings are real. And I believe in a lot of conspiracy theories. Ruben comes in and says something. That's so good, Ruben. Good to hear you and good to see you. Stanley Kubrick admitted making film of lunar landings for NASA just before his death. Propaganda. Propaganda, Lucy says. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. Stanley Kubrick refused to fly. Um, yeah, I try to fly. I haven't flown since I went to Malta last year. Even before that, I used to fly all the time, and now I don't fly. I don't fly. Keith comes in there. Keith Stanley Kubrick, right? You added that. Thank you, Keith. Keith Bexley. Are you from Bexley again? I forget. Lewis, you are brainwashed. Red flag. Red flag. Who knows why it's a red flag? When girl from Mars, who I like a lot, she's got 5 kids. I like you a lot, but at the end of the day, you're helping this country. But at the end of the day, why is that a red? Why is your sentence a red flag to me? Can we? I don't want to keep. I prefer not. You know what? You can do what you want to do. I'm just happy you're here. I didn't know he was dead. Kubrick, yeah, he died. He died young. He was quite an amazing character. He was a Bronx Jew. I'm a Brooklyn Jew. And you say, well, what's the difference between a Bronx Jew and a Brooklyn Jew? There's a little bit of a difference there. There's quite a bit of a difference. Thank you. There's quite a bit of a difference. Lewis, you are the funniest, sexiest man. Thank you, says Claire. Blimey, it's been a month already. Just paid my 10 cents a day. Sorry, it's a bit too much. I'll try to lower it. Anyway, we are going to be back on the moon in a few years. Who's going to be back? The Chinese are going to be there. So when they find the lander, a lot of conspiracy theories are going to have to lie down. Well, now this is my movie idea. I shouldn't say what it is, but you got a fantastic movie idea. I can't believe you think that that's real, FF say. What do you mean real? The dinosaurs? Girl from Mars. I'm brainwashed, but at least I know. Whenever I see a YOUR, I think, is it the right YOUR? That's what I'm thinking. Is it the right YOUR? Something comes in from my number one son. Okay, let me see what he says. What he says. So I've got to check to see what he says. Yeah, okay. My number one son. Who is this? Why is he here? Oh, there he is. He's up there. No, he's not there. So I was sent a photo. Donald Trump he's walking out of the car and he's looking fat. Oh my God, he looks so fat. Did you see? He sent me a picture. My son sent me a picture. He looks so fat. Donald Trump looks so fat, son. Thank you. I don't know why I'm calling him son, but thank you. Thank you. He sent me a picture of the president. Um, Full Metal Jacket was filmed on the Isle of Man because he wouldn't fly. So unless the moon landings were filmed in the UK, I doubt it. Yeah, that's true. That's true because he'd been living in the country. But number two, I think wasn't filmed in the Isle of Man. It's filmed in the Isle of Dogs. Which is ironic. Dogs. Keith Bexley. Dogs is filled up by Canada Water in Millwall docks up there. I believe that to be true. I mean, maybe not exactly geographically that. Ruben goes this. Thank you, Ruben. You or your. Just spend a moment and look at whenever your pops up or there, THERE or THEIR or THE apostrophe RE. Let's spend a moment. Let's spend a moment. This magic moment. Okay? Posh and poor. That's the difference between Bronx and Brooklyn. No, it's not. No, Brooklyn was they were richer area. There's a few rich area. There's a rich area in the Bronx called Riverdale, and there's Brooklyn Heights, which people had a lot of money, and there were some richer areas of Brooklyn, and that's no. It, if that Brooklyn was a city, it was a real place, whereas the Bronx was like a suburb that the city took over. That's I don't know if that's right. What happened in Nunhead? Obviously nothing. I mean, what happened in Nunhead? We didn't really discuss. I mean, we didn't have time to discuss it. We were too busy. Lucy, we were too busy discussing politics. I'm going to take a break for a second. We just take a break. Okay, I'm going to go in the other room for 1 second just to put some water on my face and to calm down. I want you guys to not go anywhere. You're saying some amazing, amazing things, amazingly interesting things. At least it's interesting to me. Okay. I'm going to answer Alan. I'm going to answer Maltese Phil. I'm going to answer Cellaire. Okay. And we'll talk about it. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm back. I'm back. The reason Lucy asked what happened in Nunhead we is because it's Nunhead America Ray. It's about Nunhead. It's not really about Nunhead. It's about me. It's like everything we do is about you. Everything's about me and you. Um, I'm programmed. I'm programmed to believe what I'm believing. America. I'm programmed this. I'm programmed. I'll tell you something. It's so hard to. It's so the the um the landing on the moon. Remember this. It's really hard to fake something like that. It's really hard. And America, we lifted people off in broad daylight. You never saw a Russian thing. We had the news people there. This is Edward R. Murrow, not Edward R. Murrow. This is Walter Cronkite here at the Cape Canaveral, soon to be named Cape Kennedy, whatever. So they were all there. They were all there. Let's get back on track. Nobody's going to the moon. It's a plasma. If you get laser thermometer and check something in direct moonlight, it will be colder than other objects that it is. Okay, let me reread that again slowly. Nobody is going to the moon, Lewis. It's a plasma, period. If you get a laser thermometer and check something in direct moonlight, it will be colder than other objects, than another object that it another object. Um, don't know about that. I know I kind of understand plasmas, but that's interesting. Donna Ailesbury. Anybody know about plasmas? I know the moon is. I think the world is kind of like a plasma. Is we don't, it's just wafting around. We don't know what the hell it is. Nobody's okay. That's what she says. Now, Cellular Ortex says they're filming The Last Stand of Illegal Migrants now at Canary Wharf on the Isle of Dogs. Great film. Um, The Last Stand. Are they making The Last Stand? Or are we fighting against them coming? Okay, yes. He has a mansion in St. Albans. You could see it from the 7th fairway of the golf course. And of course, he filmed the stuff at Pinewood Studios. Ruben says this. I don't know. I think that he filmed the golf course up there. I think I was in that right that house. I don't know if he had a house at yes, he had a mansion. Yeah, he wanted to live up there. He did. He filmed in Pinewood. That's totally true. It must be fake. Def Leppard are playing Glasgow 2 nights after Metallica. I'm there for the Metallica show. I don't understand that. Okay. Lewis could come back in a slow motion like he's walking on the moon. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I did not think of that, but that's funny. Okay, chair, get your act together. Okay. Adam Hudson says, what about the telephone call to the moon? There appears to be a long delay in the conversation. Yeah, well, why wouldn't there be a long delay? It's a long way. It's 90, how many miles is it to the moon? 90 million, 90,000? We do these things because they are hard. Well, when I was gay, I used to do them because they were hard. Is that a joke? Is that a joke, Hugh Jarrett? Because that's really funny. We do these things. We do. I'm writing it down. These things because they are hard. That's not a reason for doing anything because they're hard. Okay. Yes, the rockets took off, but then they cut to the film sequence scenes of Kubrick. He was making 2001: A Space Odyssey. Well, that was the problem because I remember when that film came out, I was 12 years old, and people were like raving about it. I remember looking at Life magazine, and they had pictures of the set of the film of it, and it was so dark and so amazing. It was like amazing. So that's why they believed it wasn't real. Russ comes in here and says, for years I have eaten a tub of reduced fat coleslaw every day, and I put on weight. But for the last 2 weeks I have not eaten it and have lost weight. Do you think reduced fat mayo is nonsense? Of course it's nonsense, because what do they reduce the fat with? They reduce it with sugar to reduce the fat. And anyway, there's no such thing as fatted mayo because it's not fat. That they're using uh, they're using plant seed toxic seed oils, which are not fat, they're oils. Oils are different than fats. Oh, yeah, that was his speech, you Jarrett. Yes. So, my advice to you is, and coleslaw is not a healthy food because it's not fermented. It's sits there rotting in your stomach. I would say don't. I do not eat coleslaw anymore. If you do want to eat anything like that, buy sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. Reduced fat does not mean no fat. That's also true. It's got a lot of calories. I used to go, you know, I know you think that I'm with Claire and, Claire, I mean, weight wise. And I've been like this forever, but I haven't. It's taken a long time because you're constantly looking for things. You're in Tesco's. It's late at night over in Paddington, and you think, what am I going to buy? And I think, oh, I'll buy some. What you call it? Some coleslaw. And you buy coleslaw and you eat the entire thing. And you say, oh my God, how many calories is that? And it's not authentic, real food. It's made out of. Nobody eats col- uh, cabbage. Cabbage has to be cooked, and even if it has to be cooked. So where was I during the moon landings? Starring as an extra. I wouldn't have taken the job. I would not have taken the job. That's like me. I would not have taken the job. Vatanai is here. Big round of applause for Vatanai. Thank you for coming. Reduce fat anything, he says, is an invention of the Prince of Darkness. Exactly right. Because the oils that are in coleslaw are bad for you, number one. And number two, you're replacing it with stuff that's also bad for you, which is sugar. So I give thumbs up to Waz. I give thumbs up to Waz. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. That's what I believe. Um, okay, so I believe that. So what are we saying? Music, Ozzy. I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay, Ruben comes in and says, Lewis only eats shit. I have seen his breakfast. It's like one of those challenges on I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. Let's put quotation marks up there. Now that's a thought, Lewis. Lewis, that's a thought. Period. Lewis in the jungle, Ruben. Yeah, could be. Could be. No, it's not going to be that way. I'm not famous enough. But the point is that's like today. Did you see? Oh, I didn't put the picture up of what I had for breakfast today because I ate it at 4 o'clock because I felt kind of guilty and I can't. I didn't have a chance to have breakfast because Paul came in and I didn't have that. I what I had 280 grams, which is 10 ounces of ground beef or mince, as you would call it, 50% uncooked. 50%. And I know it's bad, but I can't help myself. I love raw ground beef, but you have to be very careful when you eat it. I'm not feeling that well. You got to be very careful. Don't you have to be careful? You, Jarrett says. Okay, let me just go back a step. Everything I post on here is just dead to me the moment I press send. Yeah, I mean it's just like I see a black background with white text. Maybe I could change that. Maybe I could change. Maybe make it easier to read. It's much easier to read. Let me see if I can copy stream link. Um, okay. So you, Jarrett says, I was 5 years old when they landed on the moon. I was 12, so you are younger than me, and remember it so clearly. What a time to be alive. We thought we could do anything. Now we can't even stop a rubber boat. Yes, well, that's what I agree with you. That's what we got to make Britain great again. MABA, make Britain great. Yes, yeah, I'm with you 100%. We've got to fight for this country. We've got to point out the fact that the leaders of this country aren't our leaders. They work for Team World, that the King Charles works for Team Worlds and is in bed with the Muslims. I shouldn't say that. He's your royal family. What the hell is reduced fat coleslaw? Asked Lucy. That's like reduced fat butter. Yes, it's death. And and what's or even reduced fat mayonnaise or reduced fat what do you call that? Not reduced fat margarine. It's death either way. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. You're adding deathly ingredients, Lucy. You are. The thing is fake. The space station is fake. Back to talking about the space station. There was a full size version in a swimming pool in Florida, the biggest pool in the world. One thing why I disagree with you, Donna, is generally speaking, I I know Americans, and they tend to be very chatty. And if somebody knew this, they would have written a book about it. Though maybe I've been proved wrong about the Kennedy assassination. Maybe I've been proved wrong about COVID and climate change. So maybe you're right. You might be right. I have a great joke about flying spaceship, says Russ. The problem is when it's a complicated joke, and I think is that it's a complicated joke, and I think it will go over your heads because it's about spaceships. Lewis would only tidy up the jungle. Do I give that impression that I'm tidy? Do I give that impression? No, I am not tidy. Okay, I'm tidy than some people. I mean, I make my bed every day, or at least put the duvet on it. You had 12 pints of Guinness last night. Did you have 12 pints? Oh, I heard from Simon Arnold. He he needs a new kidney. I mean, this sounds like a joke. I'm making a joke, but I sent him a message, and because I care about people, I sent him a message. He says he's still in the hospital, and he's going to need a new kidney. So, and I think I'm not going to say it's from drinking, but it sounds like it's from drinking. Lucy doesn't want me to touch anything. Don't touch anything. I'm in the jungle. Don't touch anything. So, Ruben, did you have that much alcohol? Lots of new names, Daz. Proto, good to see Proto. This is live. Yeah, it's live. It's live, Proto, because supposedly we might be off the schedule. I think we're off the schedule. I think we're off the schedule. I think I maybe misread maybe I got I because this morning I woke up and I had a message saying, are you here. Are you on the show? And they might have changed the show. I'm talking about Nunhead American Radio. Or maybe I misread it. Maybe the thing was from 2, 3 years ago. It was an old email sent to me about an old listing. Possibly. So I don't know. I do not know. Daz, hey Daz. What is don't tell me your full name. I was gonna ask. We're inviting the people on the boats to come here. What to come on the show? You know what? We could use some more viewers. How many do we have? We got 30 something viewers. But there are lots of new names. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to get, like Romantis asked me and asked everybody here, what do we dream of doing in our lives? I dream of doing something, anything, of being competent. Has anything made you happy today? That's like that old joke, girl from Mars. Yeah. Is anything okay? It's like a Jewish restaurant. The Jewish waiter speaking to the people is because in New York, the waiter would go over to you and say, "Is everything okay?" And the joke is nothing can make you okay. So I'm just saying, has anything made you, you know, not that there's anything bad. We know everything is going to be bad. But good point, girl from Mars. Yes, I have to stop seriously. I have a drink problem. Yes, they say. That's the first step. Okay, well, there you go. Ruben has a drink problem. Both my grandfathers were alcoholics. So we've got to just say, can I say this to you, Ruben? Maybe this is not appropriate for me to say. Maybe you're going to say, oh, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. But I was a food. I'm a food addict. I'm a food addict. And you could see it like scratching the surface that I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm having one biscuit and then I have another biscuit and then another biscuit. I'm not as bad as I was. And maybe I wasn't as bad as my father, who, where is Joodles? Where is Joodles? Where is Joodles? Where is Joodles? Let me find out where Joodles is. Where is Joodles? That's a really good question. Where's Joodles? She's gonna say, "Oh, you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore." Where are you? Where's Joodles? Maybe people decide they come and you don't have to be here forever. You don't have to. You're not doing it for me. But I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But we all have to find joy in whatever we're doing, wherever we're doing. Sometimes people get mad at me because I didn't answer their thing or they come across as being misogynistic, blaming women for all of my problems. And they think, well, and I'm going to just not be, I don't want to be on there. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking now because she might be listening and she might say, that's not why I'm doing that. What is 3JDs? That's that old drink from back in the day, girl from Mars. I'm also addicted to food. I eat every day. Yeah, you're saying there's a joke, Keith, but I went to the whatchamacallit, to the Overeaters Anonymous meeting in New York. The Overeaters Anonymous meeting in New York, and it was held at a McDonald's. No, and you don't realize how hard it is to control your diet. With alcohol, it's really hard. But, there are plenty of times in the day you go home and there's no alcohol there if you throw it out, which is what you should do. Okay? Okay? You could, she could be, yeah, she could be doing that. I think she did, it could be that. Anyway, she could, if you're a drinker, there are times when there is no alcohol, and you say, "I'm not drinking again because I am an alcoholic," which a lot of people didn't understand. I understand what that means right now. Hey, Alan. Um, but with food, you can't do that. I've got food I cannot eat in this house. I've got biscuits. I've got pasta. I've got rice. I've got carrots that my son left behind. Paul brought over these delicious muffins. They were Were they walnut muffins? No. They were made with oh my god, I can't even remember anything in it. I'm like getting a bit. Let me just calm down. No, maybe call something else. What is this pressure test, Kerry Backer? Yeah, maybe a good idea to stop eating one thing first. Yeah, that's what I say. I say stop, or just say you're only going to eat one thing, whatever that is. Let's say you have a crisp. You just have one crisp. You don't have it all, and then you stop having that one crisp because you think I can't have a second one, and I'm going to be miserable. You can also replace some food with something else, like coffee. Yeah, not that coffee is guaranteed to be great. Yeah, food again. You're an YOURE, not your. You are an addict. You are an addict. Yeah, yeah. That's the problem with food. Food is really, and the thing about food is very similar to alcohol. Alcohol, this is my theory about alcohol. Alcohol is rotten fruit. And what is fruit but sugar? It's rotten sugar. It's rotten fruit that you have to pick up off the ground that's been sitting there long enough for you to have fermented. Okay, right? Sorry about that, girl from Mars. Anyway, I'm not that sorry, but I'm a bit sorry. Is that so? Your body is thinking this guy is eating rotten fruit. How hungry must he be to eat rotten fruit? And it's also in the middle of the winter time, probably, because that's when fruit comes out in September. Comes out in September. So your body thinks this guy's starving to death. Starving to death. And if you're starving to death, your body is thinking he's starving. He has to eat more. Keep on eating or drinking. Keep on drinking. That's what alcohol does. It's incredibly hypnotic alcohol. But so is fructose. Lewis, do they have an Overeaters Anonymous meeting in Texas? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Saying that, do you know why Texas is the fattest state in the U.S., if that's true? It's not the fattest state, but it's closest to I think the fattest states are now, used to be like Colorado, but not anymore, is now Mississippi and Alabama. That's the high, or maybe that's the highest states for diabetes, which is related to being the fattest state. Coffee and cigarettes can help replace food cravings. Yeah, they can. They can. Yeah, they can. But is that helpful? Yeah. Is that helpful? And I'm against. Okay. What is Kerry Macker saying? I'm not 100% sure. But what I read is when the doctor purposely puts your heart under stress and there's a high risk of heart attacks. I ask because my mom apparently needs one done. You don't need one done. You need one in order to take their medication that they give you. Like I had my test that I have. What are they going to do? They're just going to try to sell me something. Is there something wrong? Nobody else is complaining, Lucy. Is that true? Oh, is that true? Or are you making a joke, Lucy? Tim Timoney's here. Hi, Lewis and all. Have you been out and about today? Have you? Have you, Tim? Don't ask me these questions. We're having a conversation. Nobody's interested. They know what I've been doing. You've come late. You should start by saying I'm sorry for coming in late. I'm sorry, Lou. I say now I'm mad at Timoney. And tell me what have you been doing? Tell me what you've been doing and try to see what the conversation is. Try to see what it is. I'm so erratic. It's like I could go off on a tangent in the slightest little thing. It's very quiet, mate. I'm asking you, people, is it quiet or is it not loud? And you're lying to me. When you do not tell me the truth, it's a lie. I don't want to be lied to. I want you to tell me. Tell me that it's quiet. Tell me that it's quiet and I'll stand right by the microphone right here and I'll scream into it. Okay? I'll scream into it anyway. Anyway, so I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you, Lucy and Jetzer, whatever it is. Why do you think it is the fattest state, Lewis? Mississippi. Why do I think it's the fattest state? Because it's the most primitive state in the country. I don't want to say it's primitive, but there are fewest educated people there. Their educational system is poor, agrarian. I think Judas has fallen out with Lewis, and that's why he's a bit met today. Um, Possibly. I thought other people. I thought I sent a message to someone in the middle of the night last night, and that person didn't get back to me. So I'm thinking that person's falling out with me again. So I'm very sensitive to those things, Lucy. I don't like when people, but that's not what it is. I didn't think Jules had fallen out with me, but maybe she has. Maybe she's doing something else. Who knows what she's doing? I'm falling out with you people, you, because I want you to tell me if you can't hear me. Sorry for coming in late. Thank you, Tim. That's really nice. I've been in Lowestoft working at Captain Birdseye's Black in Yarmouth now. You're on holiday. I go up to Yarmouth to go on holiday. So you're on holiday. I can just imagine what Lowestoft is like, even working in the factory there. So thank you very much. Everybody, big round of applause for Timothy for working for this country. Ruben says, I stopped smoking on June 23rd, 2022, and on my drinking has increased. I think Lewis is having his man period again, start of the month. Um, I'm a bit moody. You know, my mother was moody. I get angry. I shouldn't get angry. I don't even know why I'm getting angry at you. What right do I have? Joodles is away working. Okay, maybe that'd be good news. I don't know if that's true. Nice weather for a September start. It's nice. I haven't gone out today. I haven't gone out. I wish I had gone out. Um, Mississippi is the blackest state with the most number of black people living there. I don't know. It could be. It might be. It might still be there. It might still be there. Yeah, like 50% of. Okay, that's a good question. Can you Google that, Lucy? Or you want me to Google it? Can you text me during the night? I will answer you. Okay. Okay. There you go. Well, how do I know your number, Lorna? Okay. I thought Atlanta was. Atlanta might be the is not a state, it's a city, and Atlanta might be the blackest city. Respect to you, Lewis, knowing that Captain Birdseye is a factory. Yeah, well, I know a lot of different stuff. I know a lot of different stuff. I can imagine. I can imagine it's a huge factory too. It's good that we still have those factories in this country. You know, it's like what Donald Trump did to America. He's saying no more shipping the factories out. How we let this stuff be shipped out of America and of Britain. Lorna, do you realize he's a perv? I hope she does. Do you realize that if we're in the same room together, I might give you a kiss. Yeah, Ruben, you know what? I do appreciate you telling her this because that way everybody will know. So you can't say, "Oh, I'm surprised." I'm surprised. Who knew? Who knew that Lewis was gonna was gonna say, "May I kiss you?" And then and then when I and then when you said yes, I won't just grab a girl and kiss you. I won't do that. Yeah, and Lorna's smutty. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the way Lewis Schaffer is nowadays. That's one of the regrets that I have that I didn't make love to all the women in the world. You know, that I didn't. That's what I think. We should talk about that because it's really important. Cell aeronautics. Yeah, Tim Timothy goes, yeah, Lorna, Lewis, go for it. Cell aeronautics says, I double S I double PE is a very long word. Can you spell it? double S. M I missed P-eyed. Miss P-eyed. Mississippi. 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 Thank you. Mississippi. I didn't guess that. MISS. I mean I've spelt it so long. We used to use that as the thing that duplicated as a second. So when we were playing football, okay, we were playing. If she wants a tongue, she's gonna get a tongue. She's gonna get a tongue from Lewis Schaffer. Oh my God, I'm so dirty. I don't know. Is that dirty? Is that dirty? Is that dirty? The problem is the men out there are not making the women happy, which is why the women are joining all these left wing organizations and are making the world miserable. There's not enough love and sex in the world. Not enough love and sex. We need to hug and to kiss women. We need women to be more open to being hugged and kissed. Don't just hug and kiss women, but find out if they want to be hugged and kissed. Lucy, regrets implies that was an option. What is that about? Lucy, of course, is talking to the ether. We don't know what she's talking about. Yeah. My tongue, you mean tongues as in tongue is clean. You don't mind kissing a girl if your tongue is clean. Well, tongues are not clean. We're not clean, but we're self-cleaning. Reuben. No sex, please. We're British, Lewis. Yeah, maybe that's why British is having these problems. You're not having enough sex. Or there's, we the problem with I blame women for this is that they they're on the internet and they don't want to settle. So they don't want to settle. I think that that's true. Just out of interest, Lewis, says Russ, have you heard of an American clothing brand called Ben Davis? Ben Davis, Ben Dave, Ben Davis, Ben Davis, Ben Davis, Ben Davis. No, I don't even know the joke. I think that's a joke. Is that a joke? I think it's a joke. I think it's a joke. What are you saying, Lucy? Can you talk to me, Lucy? Can you talk to me? A leg over is smutty talk, in my view. In my view, it could be, yeah. It could be, yeah. It could be a smutty view. It could be a smutty view. Well, I'm taking a little break just to calm down. This discussion has been quite quite quite. Oh my God, no one's talking. Why is no one talking? Oh my God, we've never had this. Joodles comes in. Where have you been, Joodles? People have said that you've tired of me. Have you tired of me, Joodles? You've missed discussion which have said that people have tired of me. Lorna says I can make most things smutty. Hey, Joodles, Lewis has been missing you. I have. Yes, a little bit, because I think Lewis has just realized the moon landings were fake. I don't know. I'm listening to you. It's really hard for me, but we all have to work. We have to work. I don't believe the moon landings were fake. Lewis, you lost your cool chief before. Need a break now. Yeah. Well, because the beginning of the show, you came a bit late, Tim Timothy. The show was quite stressful in the beginning. It was really stressful for me because I've had 2 days where I've eaten too much. I have not slept that much. I've gained a kilo of weight. I recorded a show that wasn't aired, and I'm going to find out why it wasn't aired, and then get back to you about it. And Joodles is online, but she is not. She has not answered our questions. She hasn't answered our questions, basically. And she doesn't. She's not even answering me. Can she? Maybe she can't even hear me. Can you hear me? Yeah, we've missed you, says Alan Williams. There you go. Joodles is quite happy about that. I see Ranty Lewis is in the building. Yes, I was ranty. I wasn't ranty all day today, but I've been pretty ranty. Yeah, that's that's a pretty good assessment of me, Ranty, because we recorded a show. First, I got into a fight with Paul. Paul comes at 12, so I got to wake up at 12. Okay, and I was supposed to do a radio show. I sent the radio show in. We had a fight. We had a fight with Paul, and then I just calmed down and we did the show and it was great. And it was great, relatively great, as great as it can be with me. And then I and then sent the show in to residents and then they didn't air it. I don't know why. Are you missing the carbs right now, Lewis? Some baguette maybe. No, because actually when I had a slice of pizza, it just destroyed me for about 3, 4 hours afterwards. I couldn't go out for a walk. It was horrible. So I'm not missing the carbs. I'm not missing the carbs. I don't feel like I had a late breakfast of raw ground, basically half raw ground beef. Lewis, it was not a joke. Ben Davis was an American workwear brand that started in 1935 and is still going today, catering for workmen. It has been adopted by West Coast street gangs and rappers. No, I haven't remember where I'm living. I'm not living there. I'm living here in London, England. His boyfriend, Paul, upset him, says Reuben. Yeah, he did, because it's like, if he's that upset with me, you just can imagine how everybody's so upset. Because I say I like Donald Trump, and what are because we're in a war. We're in a war, and we're going to be killed by our enemy. This is what happens. Laugh out loud. Wake up at 12. Poor Lewis. Yes, 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 yes. I've got to wake up at 12. But does that sound like I'm being a prima donna or something? I have, I never work now. I work, a workwear to me is a blue blazer and a nice white button down shirt and a Brooks Brothers tie. I've never worked. I have worked. I have worked. I have worked. But you're right. I've never really worked. I've never really worked as hard as other people have worked. Back in the day, they only had work. My father worked. He had to work. So, Joodles, can you hear me? Can we answer the question, can you hear me? I think you're making up that you can't hear me, but it's doing my head in. That's a very British term, doing my head in. The darlings are back at school soon. I think, yeah, they're back tomorrow. They're back tomorrow, yeah. Poor mites, but won't have to hide, but won't have to hide the fags. Poor mites, but won't have to hide the fact. That means, are you smoking cigarettes in front of them, or are you having homosexual relations and you don't want them to know? I think it's the cigarettes. They're more concerned about the cigarettes than they are about being, exposed to the homosexual lifestyle. Um, okay, you can hear me. Maybe you can change the microphone. Maybe. Oh, I know what I could do. I know what I could do. Okay, how does okay, that's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay. Um, okay, thank you, Lucy. First of all, can you hear me, Lucy? Number one, can you hear me, Lucy? Thank you for that information. Lucy comes in and says, I don't think Resonance has canceled you or anything. The show was on a 17-hour long show from 7 to 7. They are not back to their regular schedule yet. You want to know something? Thank you, Lucy. This is what I like, Lucy. I like this. I like, this is why it's so shocking. I like people who know things, and I like women who know things. And there aren't as many women who know things. There are lots of women who know things, but Lucy knows things. I appreciate that. Yes. No smoking or secondhand smoke around the children. Well, why are you hanging around children, Tim? Should you be hanging around children? Are you a teacher? I thought that you had given up being gay because it made your eyes water. That's a joke. Yeah. I mean, the, the thing about people need love. That's why homosexuality is normal and fine. People need love. But we should give each other love. We should find a woman or more than one woman and give them love. Still full volume and a bit quiet, Chief. Why do we need to say Chief at the end? I mean, it's a bit scary. Turn volumes down before I get my ears blown off. Um, yeah, maybe whatever. So does it sound like it's good? Does it sound? Let me put this thing up here, it, like that. The chat text on the screen is too far, missing letters. Oh, okay. Hold on, don't move. Okay. Okay, Cellular or text. That's who wrote that? Who wrote that the chat text? Ruben wrote that. Thank you, Ruben. Can you see it now? Can you see the whole thing now? Can you see it now? Uh, wait. What? Who's calling who a pay? I thought that you had given a um. What are we talking about here? Who are you speaking to, Timmy? Are you speaking to me? Are you speaking to me? Who are you speaking to? Lucy, let's be nice. Uh, YH, scared to be for your ears. Lewis fixes the volumes. Leave it alone, Lewis. Can you hear it? I made I made it loud on both screens. I made it loud on both screens. Um, I don't know. I don't know what you've walked in. What are you saying, Timmy? Don't say that to my Lucy. Don't say that to anybody, but please don't say that to Lucy. What did she say that was what did you say? I don't know what did Lucy say? I'm gonna block you, Tim. We don't call each other that. We don't say that's three things. You don't say that to people in our group. You can say that to people out of the group, and you don't say FS to people in the group. Please, please. That's what I'm asking. Please, please, please. Um, I think Lucy was making a joke. Were you making a joke, Timothy? I mean, Lucy. Were you making a joke? Okay, so we're going to end the show soon. That you can tell we've been on here too long. It's getting a bit too much. People are saying not nice things. Um, they're saying not nice things. And people have stopped talking. What is this? This is it. This is the first show where people have actually stopped posting. Is there a reason for that? Oh, I see what's happening. Why don't I have something is up? Oh, maybe you haven't done that. Okay. Okay, sorry. I missed a whole line of things. I missed 2 or 3 minutes of text. Tim, Tim, let's be nice, please. Okay? I don't know what it is. Lucy says she was joking. And like you have to believe that she's joking. We don't know. Are you gay? Is it a problem to be gay? I don't think it's a problem to be gay. I don't care if you are gay. Okay? I know you've just gotten off of work. We're gonna I'm gonna we're gonna we're gonna give you another, and we're not gonna block you forever because I think you just came back from work. You're back from work and you're probably upset. I don't think I don't did anybody spot something Horrible, said to Tim Timony. I didn't see it. Hi ho, Kermit is here. What's going on in this quiet room? We in a library? We're not in a library. People have been screaming at each other. I look away for 5 minutes at people being mean. Yes. Okay. Well, come. I'll see you later, Tim Timony. I hope it was all right. I don't know what that was. I don't know what it was. It's been a night. Maybe Lucy should say she's sorry. Because it was a joke and she didn't mean any harm. And I believe her too. I'll be listening back. Marianne McCara's here. Marianne McCara. Why did she choose it? Why did she decide to call herself McCara Fitzpatrick? Why did she do that? Why did you do that? Why did you decide to call yourself a double-barreled name? Or is the double-barreled name your husband's name? Tell us right now, Marianne. Yeah, I mean, Lorna, if people want to leave, they can leave. They can leave, but we don't want anybody to leave. I mean, unless it's Holly, unless it's Holly. Okay, could be a Monday thing. First day at work. He just did a shift at the in Lowe's in Lowe'sdorf. All right, I'm exhausted now. Marianne, can you hear me? Say you can hear me. Marianne cannot hear me, so my microphone is not working because she's not responding. I don't think we are listening to the mic in your hand. Maybe it's the webcam mic. Oh, finally, maybe it's the webcam mic. Maybe it's something as simple as that. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear me now? Can anyone hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm just saying one, two, three. You can hear me now. Yes. So what do I have to do? Do I turn off the webcam camera? Maybe. Okay. How about this? How about I turn that off? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes or no? One, two, three. Yep, I can hear you. Is it tinny or can you hear me? Is it tinny? You are coming in loud and clear. Yes, it is that mic. It is that mic. One, two, three. It's the mic. Why would it be the mic? Why would it be the mic? 5 by 5. What does that mean? You still haven't explained that to me. Oh my God. Why is it the mic? Lucy is queen. She is a queen. Yeah, she's a queen. Try replugging the big mic in. Okay. Can can you hear me now? We can hear you. Can you read us? Okay. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can read you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the microphone put in, but how does that turn off the camera mic? How do I do that? Okay. Maybe my microphone isn't working. Sound settings. Master volume, microphone, Elgato. How do I turn this off? I don't know how to turn this off. 1, 2, 3. Leanne, I don't sound fine. How could I say I sound fine when enough people are saying it does? How can and when I take the microphone away, it sounds exactly the same. I've got I paid £75 for this microphone at CEX. Oh, there you go. That's what it means. 5 or 5. I asked somebody. Hold on a second. Is this an Elgato Wave? I think this is an Elgato Wave. Um, Yeah. I mean, we're all having a good time, but we all got to remember. I don't. Okay. What is a strawberry moon, Lewis? Do you think Farage is part of the establishment? He's doing one of those faces. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. Maybe he's the only chance we got. I mean, there you go. Maybe that's all we got. How does it sound? Troubleshooting couldn't resolve the problem for the Elgato thing. Okay. How do I turn off? Turn off system microphone. Is it called a system microphone? No results. What would it be called? What would the microphone be called? Turn off computer microphone. No results. How do you turn off the microphone? Turn off microphone. Okay. Okay. Bottom right. Okay, that's right. There we go. Thank you, hi ho. Okay. No results. It doesn't say. It doesn't say what mic I'm using. It'll be under input. We lost all sound now. Can you hear me now? Kermit. I mean hi ho Kermit. Can you hear me now? 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Can anyone hear me now? Can anybody hear me now? Obviously, no, you cannot hear me. Okay, if you can't hear me, I'm ending the show right now. If you can't hear me, you can't hear me. I don't know. Now you can't hear me at all. You cannot hear me at all. Okay. All right, we're going to say goodbye. We're going to say goodbye to everybody. Everybody, make sure. Can the new people, if you and not if you're new, if anybody's there, please state that you like this thing. That's really important. Can you like it? Can you go to the Okay, we're gonna end it. Can you like it? Can you like it, subscribe, join, 10 pence a day. That's what £2.99 a month is. It's 10 pence a day. Uh, go to the Discord. Go to the Discord. Where did Kinsey go? She's not interested in us anymore, but all right. Um, okay. Okay. Can you hear me? Probably you can't. Probably you can. I'm just talking to the thing. Inbox. Spam. Okay, sorry. That's not what we want. We want this. We want this. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Everybody, I put the Discord. Can you see the Discord in the link? Can we please like, subscribe, go join. Okay. Okay. So thank you everybody. Leanne and Lorna, Marianne, Adam, thanks for doing this show. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Adam, thank you. More thank you to you for coming and listening to this for Cuck the crazy thing. Okay. Alan, brilliant Alan. Say hello to Joodles. Cellaire, Lucy, good to see you. Ruben, um, Leanne, Donna. I don't think it was made up, but maybe it was. Who knows? Maybe it was. Is it a plasma? I don't think it's a plasma either. Uh, Hi ho, Kermit. Great. Thank you for joining. Please like, please subscribe so you get notifications of these things. Um, um, let's see what else is going on. Ruben, of course. Tim Timony. He had a bad day today. I hope. I had a bad day today. Um, Lorna, Gammy Russ. Good to see you. So a lot of good people. A lot of Kerry Macca, Proto in the beginning. There's lots and lots of people. Lots and lots of people. Of which I thank all of you for coming. We'll see you tomorrow at 5, I hope. Okay. There you go. Girl from Mars. Say goodbye to her. Daz. Daz. There we go. We're all good. I'm gonna switch this to the end stream, and then in 2 minutes I'm gonna turn it off. This has been our best show ever. This has been incredible. It's been incredible the amount of problems. Every time there are problems, I'm so happy. I don't even know whether you can hear me or not because I think you're like joking all the time. I don't want you to joke. When I ask you, can I hear you? You got to write down immediately because I'm not joking. All right, but that's our show. Get ready to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.